everyone, Trish here. Thank you so much for coming in today. Today we are going to do my week in review. I have some things to talk with you about. Some things I'm disappointed in. Some things I'm excited about. If you're interested in my week in review and to see what I'm talking about, then please keep watching. How is everyone today? Have you had a good week? And yes, I really do care. I've had a pretty good week. I have to say, I'm feeling better. Whatever I was fighting, I'm feeling much better. I have reason to be incredibly sad, but I choose not to. I choose to be happy. My MacBook is no more. Jack's actually going to take it to a young man that does work on some of our computers, and hopefully he's going to be able to do something to bring it back to life. But I am incredibly sad. I loved my MacBook very much. So, to be continued about that. But as far as everything else, everything has gone pretty well this week. As far as makeup, I tell you, I'm in a little bit of a pickle because I've used this. I've used this, today was the third time, and today is by far the better look that I've had. I had not watched the video where Toddy announced this and was showing the motions to use this, and the first day I used this is from Lancome, and I felt like it was just putting it on and then wiping it back off, and I'm like, I've got to be doing something wrong. So I went ahead and I just kind of patted it on and made the best of it. Well, yesterday I used this and I ended up with this sheer coverage. Sheer coverage from Estee Lauder Double Wear. That's not heard of. And I knew. I'm like, okay, I am definitely doing something wrong here. What am I doing wrong? So today I watched her video. And I watched the way that she, said to just kind of go in and do this thing. And I used the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid. Thought I lost the cap. And like I said, I liked it much better. I did more of a kind of a this thing instead of a swiping or anyway. So I'm gonna use it again this next week, at least some. I can say I love it for my contour. I love it for my bronzer. My blush is just a little iffy. I like it pretty well for my loose powder, and I like it for my concealer. The rest, I'm just going to have to use it for another week. I did wash these. Let me see. I got two. Actually, I got three. I think I'm going to do a giveaway. But I got two that I have used. I washed it with my Sephora for beauty blenders, the little soap thing from Sephora, and it came really clean. I just used this one today, so it's not clean. It dried fairly quick. Part of me knew I was doing something incorrectly or I wouldn't be having the issues that I was having, but another part of me thought, should it really be this hard that I can't figure it out? I don't know. So I'm still out on it. That's where I stand with that. So there was some frustration in the makeup game, but let me show you what I used. I used this again, the Wet n Wild contouring palette, but I love this. I've been just taking the sponge and just hitting a little bit, and I just make a little triangle right back here. And I do that on both sides, and then I just blend it, and then I go up a little bit. And then I take another piece of this sponge and I just kind of edge it out a little bit. But I love it. It's great. Yeah, now that I'm making myself use it because I forgot about it, I'm going to be out of it and miss it. Butter bronzer. This one is, I think, just the original one. This has worked really well with this. I'm afraid, is it? Maybe it's just the design wearing off. I was afraid it was giving it hard pan, but it's not. No, it's not at all. It was just the design. Once again, I just, shaped it, went up here. I love it for along the jawline and then to go down. I do enjoy this a lot. Now, learn from my mistake. when it comes to your blush. I've been using my little Makeup Forever palette that I created. That it's, make sure it's kind of thinner and then pound, because I don't set my under eyes. I don't set my under eyes. If I still have the clip, I don't think I do. When I did it yesterday, I got blush up too high because I didn't narrow this sponge down, or whatever it is. I didn't narrow it down enough, and I got blush up here, and because I didn't set my under eyes, guess what? That blush set my under eyes, so not a look I was going for at all. But those Makeup Forever blushes, I'm telling you, nobody talks about Makeup Forever, but if you want consistency with their colors, their blushes, their eyeshadows, I mean, just great consistency. Love, love, love. I've tried a new mascara this week. This is the Falsies Lash Lift Hydrofuge. This I like. It has an hourglass type wand. It's what I have on today. I was going to do falsies, and I used these, and I thought, you know what, I just don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. Not quite as nice as the pretty lady in the picture that's actually wearing false lashes, but still very nice. I do enjoy this. I've tried 4 new lippies this week. 2 were fails, 2 were successes. So let me start. I got these new lippies from L'Oreal. These to me are kind of their takeoff for the matte ink crayons that Maybelline came out with. I'll tell you the colors. This one is 510. This one is 508. Really pretty color. This is 507. So that's 507. This, it feels dry while you're putting it on, which normally I'm not going to have an issue with because I do prefer a matte lipstick. But these from L'Oreal, you put them on, and while you're applying them, you're not able to get inside the lip. So there's that, I don't like what everybody calls it, it just doesn't look good. It feels dry, and I swear it's like it crinkles my lips together. It's just not flattering at all on my lips. And I keep my lips very hydrated. I put stuff on them every night. I exfoliate them regularly, and it's just a no-go for me. I've wanted to try the Lip Sense products. I don't know anybody near me that has them so that I could look at the colors, or I don't know that much about it. I think it's, maybe I'm wrong, and please don't yell at me, just tell me if I am. Isn't it kind of like the Mary Kay, you have to buy it from a representative kind of a thing? Anyway, Mary Kay came out with what I believe is their version of the Lip Sense. They had 3 colors. One was sold out, so I got 2. I got this red. It's kind of a bright red. I'll go ahead and swatch it because I'm not going to seal it on my hand or anything. But this is the red one. It's kind of bright. And then the plum one, which I think is gorgeous. I think that is so pretty. Okay, so I got these, obviously. Now, with these, I think they were $29. With that, you get the sealer that you put on after this dries, and you get the remover, and you get that for each one. A lot thinner than I thought they would be. In the directions, which I thought someone had said with the Lip Sense, you do 2 applications of the color and then you do the sealant when that dries. It said nothing about these having 2 coats, but I did do 2 coats because it was so thin. Didn't travel outside my lines. It wore very nicely. I was super impressed with it. Here's where my problem came in. I used the plum one first. I put it on, and it was like I applied fire after I had exfoliated my lips with a razor blade. This burned so bad. The color, just the lacquer itself, it burned so bad. And I thought, you know, what did I do wrong? I don't understand why it's burning like this. It finally subsided when I put the sealant on. But oh my goodness, it burned. It was so dry. It felt miserably dry. I have a bad habit. I lick lips. I don't lick lips. I lick my lips. But I lick my lips all the time. It's just kind of a habit thing. It smelled kind of like chemically, and then that went in my mouth. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. As I said, it wore nicely, but it just felt so dehydrating. Once you put the sealer on, the top coat, whatever you want to call it, sealer, it's a beautiful shine. It looks very pretty, but it still has that dry feeling. Even though because you have a high shine, it doesn't look dry, my lips felt like they were thirsty. I don't care for that, but man, did these wear. They wore so nicely. You could not wear these every day. They would tear your lips up, but I couldn't figure out the burn. And it just bothered me. And then I read the back of one of the boxes. I thought I kept one of the boxes, but I did not. The first 3 ingredients are alcohol. I mean, I know it's going to have some alcohol in it to have the dry down factor, but the first 3 ingredients? Are you kidding me? I want to know, is that the way Lip Sense is? Is it that drying? Is it that much of a feel of dehydration on your mouth? Let me know, because I'm very interested in knowing if that's the way they perform also. So I shared with you last week that I did get some PR from City Beauty, and they were kind enough to send me 3 of their lip glosses, their plumping lip glosses, which I obviously have a thing for plumping lip glosses. And they sent me 2 of their matte lipsticks, one of which I am wearing. This one, the one I have on is Rose Mauve. And let me see the time. It's 2:41 right now, and I put this on at 11 o'clock. I haven't had like a sandwich lunch, but I've snacked a little bit here and there. I've had a cup of coffee. I've had some water. So what I'm saying is I've talked. I just filmed another video. I've been eating, drinking, talking a lot, and I have not touched this lip up. And I'll be honest, I thought I was going to get to enjoy trying a couple new lippies and see what I thought and share that with you. I didn't expect to be blown away by these. This is their matte lip, and it feels like I have nothing on. It's wore this nicely, and I want to show you something that's even better than that, if you can get better than that. About this time, I would want to clean it up just a little bit. So I'm going to take a little more, and this is the applicator, if you have not seen one yet. This is so good. And I thought, I feel a little bit of a tingle, but I wiped the plumping lip gloss off. So I came in, I found my little card, and it says plumping lip cream. So what I do normally is, and I used to do it with the Buxom all the time, I will, while I'm getting ready, I will put a lip gloss on. And so I would take one of the City Beauty plumping lip glosses that they sent me. And I've really been quite fond of this one, which surprised me. San Diego. I'll just put it on. And the first day I put it on, and I thought, I'll see how fast it takes for it to travel into my lip lines. I have a lot of lip lines. It didn't. It went nowhere. And it's such a weird experience. It's like it feels cushiony, but it's not sticky. Not sticky. Neither are sticky. The matte or the lip gloss, neither are sticky. And it almost felt like I had on a cushiony, balmy something. So I looked. Sure enough, in their plumping lip glosses, which do not roll outside your lines, even without a lip liner. So you have jojoba oil in these that is going to put like a protective barrier that's going to basically lock your moisture in, and at the same time it's going to keep your lips looking smooth and soft. And the Ylang Ylang flower oil, it's going to comfort and soothe your lips even if they're chapped or dry, and at the same time it's going to keep them protected. These are crazy good. I think they have a little more of a tingle than the Buxom, and I think that they do a little more plumping and smoothing than the Buxom. I have been enjoying the lip glosses and the lipsticks, and the reason I wanted to talk about them, and the reason I wanted to do another application of the Rose Mauve, is because even my favorite, the Sephora, the Maybelline Matte Ink, the CoverGirl Matte Pout, any of those, if you go to reapply over the liquid lipstick, say you went and had a salad and it was kind of greasy, and you want to apply your lips again like I just did with this matte color, guess what happens? It starts balling up as it dries. You lick your lips and you feel something, and then you look in the mirror and you have these tiny little balls of dried up matte lipstick. This does not do that. That's why I wanted to put it on while we were still talking, and you could see that my lips are still as smooth and look as soft as they did before I reapplied. The other color they sent me, oh, I love this one too. Did I swatch these? I don't think I swatched these. Rose Mauve and Pink Taupe. And I'm telling you, you think I'm exaggerating with how much I love these? And I'm thankful that they sent me these. I am. I'm very thankful for everything they sent me. Of course, the skincare, I can't really say anything about that yet. I've only used it for a few days. I have done one mask. I have used the other things, but skincare takes a while. But these lippies, this one is the Rose Mauve, and this one is the Pink, is it Pink Nude? I forgot already. Pink Taupe, Rose Mauve. I am ordering more. I'm sending an email to the young man that emailed me to see if I would be interested in trying some of the products. And I said, the skincare, I can't say anything about. I just started using it. But these lips, wow. I'm going to use my code. I do have a code down for City Beauty. I get nothing from that except, and this is the way a lot of it works. What it does, it's going to give you 10% off. Now, if you've never bought there before, it's going to pop up when you go onto their site, and it's going to say, you know, sign up for 10%. And you can do that. If you've already bought from them, you can use my code and you still get 10% off. That doesn't cost you anything extra. And what it does for me is it says, hey, they like you enough, they're interested enough from what you said to go and check it out. So that's all that that code does. The next time you're looking for a new gloss or a new liquid lipstick, you will not find one more comfortable, and they're not sticky. They're just awesome. Okay, I think that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you have an amazing day. Have a great start to your week, and I will see you in the next video.